Okay, I'm talking with Rich Bastien. Rich, how do you think you did today?
I think I did very, very well. I was looking forward to this debate. It's a shame we only had one. I had agreed to like about 3 or 4 different forums. Unfortunately, Senator Flanagan only wanted to have this one. I would have liked to have had the opportunity to continue this discussion in Fitchburg and any of the other 10 towns that we have.
A lot of blows, in this debate. I think if this was a boxing match, both of your cornermen would have been working pretty hard.
I think it was a really spirited debate. I think that a lot of people, when they talk about politics, they see that the two parties are very similar. I think here was a time where you had 2 candidates that have both been on Beacon Hill who have very, very different views about taxation and how we fix the economy and get people back to work. And I think it came through tonight.
You tended to draw, I noticed during the debate, you tended to draw a contrast between the senator's answers and some of her votes. Could you expand on that?
Oh, sure. I think that this is something that people on Beacon Hill do several times, and that she attempted to do tonight. This is one of the reasons why it's very important that we have people that run for office and hold people accountable. Several times tonight, she said that she voted one way and that she was doing it for some reason, when in fact I know the roll calls, I can point to them, and she voted exactly the opposite at the State House. So it's a matter of telling the people one thing to get elected and then going to the State House and doing something else. Senator Flanagan has a rating with citizens for limited taxation of 4%, one of the worst in the state.
Now, of course, you were a state representative, so you're familiar with the budget process. This is probably the first time in 20 years that a Republican is running for this seat where a Republican's been endorsed for governor. Does the Charlie Baker endorsement help you, and will it make a difference? Oh,
absolutely. I think that Charlie Baker's going to have some coattails this year. I think a lot of the same things that Charlie Baker is running on against Martha Coakley are the same things that I'm running on against Senator Flanagan. Senator Flanagan has endorsed Martha Coakley. She's basically said that she wants to be the person up on Beacon Hill doing Martha Coakley's agenda. And Martha Coakley's agenda is raising taxes and spending more money. And Charlie Baker and I are very similar in that we don't need to raise more taxes. We need to spend the money that we have smarter. And we need to get back to reforming government.
Now, both of the debates, the congressional one this morning and this one, led with the pipeline issue. How big is that issue going to be, no matter who is in that Senate seat? I
think it's a very big issue. I think that the idea that we're going to have a private company come in here and tell private landowners basically grab their property and then come back and charge people for the privilege of being able to have that pipeline here as a surcharge under their own rates is absurd. The way it's written right now, if it had been changed where we could have ran the pipeline down Route 2 or along public lands, I think that's a different issue. But the idea that we're going to, basically dig up people's yards so a private company can come in and run a pipeline, I think is the wrong way to go.
And finally, if people want to find out more about your campaign, where do they go online?
Several places. You can go to richbastien.com. You can go to Rich Bastien for State Senate on Facebook, or you can even look me up just as Rich Bastien on Facebook. Add me. Send me an email if you want to Bastien4, the number 4, Senate @gmail.com, and I'm happy to talk or listen to anybody that has a question for me.
Senator former representative, I should say, Richard Bastien, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.